Hi everyone, welcome. This is Jam 314 Tarot. I hope I find everyone well. Thank you for returning and hello if you're new. Today we're doing Moon in Leo. Moon is about 10 degrees Leo today. So this is going to be for the next couple days for whoever will resonate for Moon in Leo. Like my Moon is in Leo. I know there's a bunch of people who have Moon in Leo. Leo risings, I mean anything of prominence or just plain the collective and how energies will be moving for the next couple days. That's how I laid this out. I laid it out for the collective in general for how the energies are going to be moving for the next couple days. So the heart of the matter, I laid out a couple cards from the Lenormand, and we've got the book and the hill fort. And what this is telling me is that at the heart of the next couple days, running through the energy, and heart is very interesting because Leo, being being a fire sign, has a lot to do with the heart chakra and the heart in general, heart energy. The prominent star in the constellation is Regulus, which is the heart of the lion. The moon being in Leo, the moon represents our heart and our feelings, intuitions, emotions, and how we nurture things. So it's kind of a meeting of the feminine and the masculine. The moon rules Cancer, who represents the mother energy. Leo represents father energy, and they're kind of interacting together for the next couple days. So there's some kind of energy here where masculine and feminine are kind of working together. Okay, the moon is softening the ego, and the fire of the sun from Leo is giving, what's it called, like illumination to some needs and feelings that have been under the surface for a while. So what this feels to me with book and Hillfort, so the book means that there is something being learned. There is something being educated. You're reading, you research, there's information, hidden secrets. Someone's diving deeper into something. And what are they diving deeper into? But this Hillfort card represents it's structure, it's bureaucracy, it is protection, but it's arrogance and ego also. See the card, the Hillfort? It's like hubris. I always hear when I see this card, I hear hubris. And this is false structures that are supposed to protect, they're supposed to enclose, they're supposed to keep people in and people out. There's some kind of authority here with this hill fort. And it's also, hierarchy, structure, bureaucracy, ego, protection, arrogance, and isolation and authority. So this feels like what's kind of going on in politics right now with the structure and bureaucracy causing isolation. There's a shakeup of the hierarchy and arrogance and ego, and then the book energy is like people are learning more about it. This is information, hidden secrets, what's just come out in the last few days about the authority and their hidden secrets. Learning, training, study, information, hidden secrets, and diving deeper into the authority that wants to sit in the hill fort. Okay, so that's kind of what's happening in the energy in the background. We're going to bring it more into the collective here. And in the scene energy, I laid out the Animal Wisdom Tarot. We've got Llama, Knight of Pentacles. It's been coming out a lot lately. We've got the Serpent as the Tower in the middle. And we've got Scarab Beetle, 10 of Branches. So this Llama is the Knight of Pentacles, the slowest knight. Okay. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. I give the Knight to the middle child, so that's Virgo energy, though I do know a few Taurians that are very slow movers. Um, there is something here about being fearless. Like the knights are fearless. This particular one is protective, alert, tolerant, reliable, stoic, steady, practical, helpful, and sure-footed. And the key to this card is sharp senses and sure feet. Stay steady as she goes, you know. Um, on top of that, we dropped the Six of Swords, which is moving on to something else. Um, the thing about the Six of Swords is that even though you're moving on from rocky waters, it's technically moving on to calmer shores, right? Whatever. Um, the water you're moving through, one side is very tumultuous and one side is very calm. The warning with this card is that you are going towards this new horizon with all the old mental baggage that you were running from. Okay, the six swords that are in the boat are all the doubts, all the fears, but again, all the knowledge, all the lessons. But I mean, you got to make sure that what you're bringing with you in a mental capacity is all positive. Leave behind the doubts, leave behind the negative self talk, okay? Leave behind the anxiety and the fear and the gossip and all the negative things that fill your mind. You've got to leave that behind. Only bring with you the things that will bring truth and enlightenment, okay? That's what those swords should be representing. But the Llama, as the Knight of Pentacles, is so slow. So I feel like there's an energy here of somebody in the collective, or maybe the collective in general, the moving on, the action of the moving on, the decision of the moving on is taking for fucking ever. Because there's planning. There has to be a plan. There has to be a goal. There has to be, I'm here. I need to be there. How am I going to build that bridge? How am I going to pay for it? Remember, it is Pentacles. Who's going to be there? Who am I taking? Things like that. There's a lot of planning here. It's air and earth energy, so that's very analytical, and an analysis paralysis is a real thing, and it does take a lot of time to get through that. In the middle here, the reason I feel for the moving on is there is the tower with the Ace of Swords. So there's going to be some extreme lightning bolt of knowledge that just shakes the whole tower. Okay, the hill fort is also can be called the tower, and right above that you've got the serpent with the tower, and you've got the hill fort. I mean, come on, there's something that's going to shake the structure. Okay? And structure has been playing a lot lately. Like, last week I think I was channeling that song by crap. Jacob Joyce, James Joyce, something like that. And the song was called Demons, and one of the lines was, deep in my structure, I think I still love her, but I need some sleep. Like deep in someone's structure, there's a shakeup. Now, the thing with the serpent card in the animal wisdom deck with the tower here is called the quickener, and the quickening is a spiritual um topic or subject or thing that's it's when life begins. That's what a quickening is. So for those of you who remember in the 80s, the old Highlander movies, when one immortal cuts off the other immortal's head, they absorb their life force. That is the quickening. Okay, it is the active activation of new life. Okay. But there has to be something die first. Okay, that's the thing about the quickening. Now there's another kind of quickening, and that's in pregnancy. Okay, right around the fourth month. So about 16 weeks, 4.5 months-ish, 16, 18 weeks, when the fetal body is big enough for the brain to kick in, uh, when the brain is developed enough to accept a consciousness. Before that, it is, again, like we always have been saying, it's just tissue, it's just biological processes. It's not human yet. It's just it's just like cells that have electrical current. That's all that is for the first, I don't know how long. But when there's a point when the brain becomes developed enough that it can accept a consciousness, and at that point, at around 16 weeks, about 4.5 months, 4 to 4.5, yeah, about 16 weeks. We feel a flutter. We feel something in the stomach that starts moving and bubbling and coming alive. There's like a almost like static, a feeling of static. I don't know how to explain it. I really can't. But I know the feeling. I have been pregnant. That is also called the quickening, and that is when, quote unquote, they believed life began before all the, scientific and religious things got in the way. The quickening is when life began. So there is something here. This is in the scene energy. So we've got the idea of moving on to some better shores, calmer waters, but it's taking a long time because we've got the Knight of Pentacles here. And on top of that, it's because there has been a shakeup. But where one structure is being destroyed, it is bringing life somewhere else, and it's coming with this Ace of Swords, which is a divine intervention of something in information, like inspiration, an epiphany, something really aha moment, like there's clarity finally, and that's on top of the Tower. So whatever this new information is, this could be anything, like a dream. It could be finally like um well, because we've got a book, it could even be like something like a letter. You found a letter, you found a book, you found something, you read something that enlightened you. There was, anything that can bring knowledge and clarity. And when that sword comes down, it causes this destruction, but it is a good destruction. Never think of the Tower as a punishment. It's always a liberation. The same with the Death card, which is interesting because the Death card dropped next. Next to the Serpent, we've dropped a Scarab Beetle. Scarab Beetle's been really busy lately. Busy little beetle. Rolling through the collective. I say rolling through the collective because it's as the 10 of branches, the wands that he's carrying form a wheel, and the wheel is for him to roll away from the end of a burdensome cycle. Now, I love this card because 4 of those sticks that he has are on fire. So that is what he's using to light behind him, set all the old paradigm on fire. That purifies you from the past and it clears your path to the future. On top of this, as a clarifier, we drop the Death card. So there is something big ending here, but like I said, the ending is not a punishment, it is a liberation. This Death card, I believe, is Scorpio energy. Yeah, because the devil is Capricorn, death is Scorpio. Now, this is the thing about the death images in astrology. There's two. We've got Scorpio as the Reaper. He's ruled by Pluto. Okay, and then there's Capricorn, who's represented by. Oh no, wait, I'm getting that wrong. There's Pluto and Hades, and Pluto is Hades, and Saturn, the Reaper, is Capricorn. Okay, so the Reaper actually harvests what is dead. He harvests what is done, and he brings it to Hades. Hades being Pluto, is not death itself, but it's the place that death goes to be purified before it is reborn. Okay, so it's like a holding hall. It's the area of existence where things go to be purified of the past cycle. Okay, and I love this that this fell out together like this. We've got the serpent as the tower, we've got the 10 of branches as the ending of a burdensome cycle. 4 of those branches are on fire, which means it's purifying things from the past, and death is coming through to bring that purified form to the doorway of rebirth. That's the thing with death. It's not just the ending of something. That the cycle of death is death and rebirth. So you can't have one without the other. Okay? One will always lead to the other. It's a cycle. That's not just a singular thing. It's not just death. And it's not just birth. It's the ending and the beginning. Okay? I love this. This, though, is out in the open. So this is going to play out on the surface for everybody in different ways. And I realize how heavy this energy is. Like there is a desire to move on. But I feel like this is kind of tentative energy. People are a little bit this is knight energy. It's not a king, it's not the emperor, it's not the magician, it's a knight. So even though he's determined and he's methodical and meticulous, there is still a an energy of being untested here. Okay? And this is very big energy that he's walking into. Like we've got the tower, the Ace of Swords, which is inspiration from the divine. We've got the 10 of branches, the ending of a burdensome cycle, and the lighting behind you, burning, what did they used to do? Slash and burn? Slash and burn was where they would set fire to like a field that had a lot of debris, a lot of brush, a lot of weeds, a lot of dead trees, and they would set fire to it so that the fire could go through and destroy everything, because about 2 weeks later or so, all new growth would start coming. Now, when you lay the fire for the slash and burn, at first it is destruction, it's chaos, it's the end of it's apocalypse, it's and then when it clears, that's death coming through with this scarab beetle. That's death coming through with the beginnings of a new cycle, but it has to end for in the card, the death card. It's so scary because it's a skeleton on a horse, but look at the horizon. That's the rising sun, and he's bringing in a new day. So even though there's, it's a hard ending because the tower is a shakeup. It's a lightning bolt. And with this Ace of Swords, then this is inspiration. This is an epiphany. This is information. You learn something. We got the book here about the hierarchy, about authority with the hill fort, and it's being ended. Okay. That 10 of branches with the devil. Now, this is all in the scene energy, so this is going to play out on the surface of things. Underneath, this is so weird to me because underneath of this, working in the background or bubbling up that hasn't come up yet. Like I've described this as like a pot, okay? And the things on top are the bubbles that are boiling on the top. They're seen, they're up here, they're working, they're active. And then the lower this lower row here are like the bubbles that are on the bottom of the pot that aren't quite ready to come up to the surface. This is all stuff that's still bubbling, still working. The divine is working on it, or this could be things that you are working on in the background that you're not ready to share yet. Energy like that. What is this love from the past that wants to come through, you guys? Because there might be a blockage here. But it's sweet. I do not usually have reversals in my decks. When they pop out in reverse, I read them that way because they're rare. I got the 6 of Cups pop out in reverse twice from 2 different decks. Okay? The first one we've got here on the unseen is Beaver. Sweet Beaver has been coming out a lot lately with the Eight of Fossils, the Eight of Pentacles. Work. This is work. And it could be thankless work. It could be work that you're dedicated to. I feel like you've got blinders on because when the beaver goes to work, it is straight it is straight instinct that they work and do this, whether it's going to be destroyed or not, and inevitably it does get destroyed. The thing that was coming in previously was that um so I don't remember which one it was. Was it this last reading or the reading before? Beaver came out next to salmon, and salmon, of course, tries to flow upriver, upstream, trying to get back home, trying to get to the spawning grounds. He's trying to return to something that his DNA is telling him he needs to go home to. But beaver was in the way, because his hard work had built a dam, so salmon couldn't go any further up the river. I feel like this underneath this is some work that you're doing, that collective is doing or has been done, that could get in the way of of a flow of energy, you know. But I mean, you put so much work into it and you're proud of it and you worked hard and you used the resources around you and you used your own blood, sweat, and tears in order to create this comfortable living. But what you don't understand is that when you built it, it's in the way of other things. Okay? And on top of this, two cards dropped in reverse together. The Ace of Cups, which is a divine love offer, that you don't see coming, in reverse. So it's like denied before it even gets to you. I think you've got blinders on. There's something about work here that you're actually shooting yourself in the foot by doing this. On top of that, well, with it, was the Six of Cups in reverse. So, I mean, I feel like underneath here, what you're not showing people is that you are working so hard at something in order to have 3D stability here. Because we've got the Seeker of Fossils, that's the Knight of Pentacles, right above the Eight of Pentacles. So, this is like working towards, going towards, moving towards, realizing you need to change your environment, okay? In order to open up and move towards love. But the very work that you're doing to go towards it is actually blocking you. Okay, you've got the Ace of Cups, which is a new opportunity of a full loving offer reversed, and the Six of Cups reversed. So this is something, it's like, it even feels like maybe like you tried to go towards it, but then you realized that it had been destroyed already, okay? And then you feel like, well, I kind of ended a cycle to get here, and now that is ended too with the Death card. Because what you didn't see underneath is that while you took your sweet time trying to work towards this love, you actually blocked yourself from it. Next to that, we've got the Four of Shells, which is crab energy. I kind of really like the crab. This is outgrowth. Yeah, apathy, stagnance. This is Four of Cups energy. Stagnance, apathy. You feel stifled and constrained. Your heart needs expansion, and enticing possibilities. This says new choices broaden your experience. On top of that, you've got the Five of Swords. So I feel like, there was something about a situation that you didn't trust, because there was lies here. I feel like there was lies here. You wanted to move on. The Four of Cups, now let's think of the progression of the cups. Okay, the Ace of Cups you've got here, the original offer. Then you technically move to the Two of Cups, which is the connection and the start of a beautiful relationship. And then after that, commitment, there's the Three of Cups, which is celebration. That's like honeymoon vibes. You know, your friends love it, you love it. You're setting up shop, you're setting up home, everybody's celebrating. But when the honeymoon phase wears off, then you're stuck sitting there with looking at all these cups going, I'm kind of bored. This isn't like nothing is technically bad or wrong. It's just you kind of want to expand. You want to grow. You want to reach out for more. You want more fulfillment, right? And that might not be coming in this situation that you're in. You want to grow. You're getting too big for what's around you. I like that they chose the crab for this. It is Cancer energy, but for crabs, when they grow, some of them do molt, but some of them also switch shells. Okay, so when a crab is getting a little too big for one shell, he'll wiggle out and then he'll try to find a shell that's one size bigger, and then he'll go into that shell. But the shell that he just shed will go to a crab that's a little bit developed below him. It's like this beautiful. Look it up. There's been videos, like from documentaries about. Um, it's like a house because the shell is the house. House party, like when one is ready to shed, they'll all gather around and they'll just keep passing shells down the line until everybody has a shell that fits them. I love that symbolism. So this feels to me like there's some kind of energy here where you're restless. You're restless, you want to grow, but there's no room. You want to let something you want to let one of these cups go because it's not big enough. You want to get something new, you know? It's like with this. So in this card, you see the crab here. You see the sun is shining, so it's not very deep in the emotions. It's kind of towards the surface. So, you know, you still got the sun shining. The sand here. And right behind him are three shells that are too small. And he sees this one shell that's just right. So this feels like this is the cup that's going to be going to be picked. However, it already came through, and because you had your head down working, it was declined. It's in reverse here with this Six of Cups in reverse. This is a love from the past. The Six of Cups is a love, a connection, something that was pure and blissful. Maybe you were young. It was young. There was nothing really wrong with it. It was prosperous. It was equitable. You liked them. They liked you. There was a give and take, but it was young. This was a connection that was sweet because life hadn't ruined it yet. That's why it's nostalgic. That's why it's stuck in your area of the heart where you look back on something from the past and you were like, that was really sweet. That was really fun. That was really nice. They were the one that got away, you know. But we were young and we grew and it didn't work out. And you look back on it fondly because you remember it the way it was. But you don't know. The thing with this is you don't know what it would have been now. After you dragged it through life, after obstacles hit it, after hard times hit it, after mistakes and lies and you know betrayal, after things had done to it, what would it have been now? You're remembering something from the past that was pure because life hadn't ruined it yet, but you denied it. The Ace of Cups is here, reversed. They're both reversed. You had your head down doing work that ended up being your downfall. You know, you couldn't even keep it because a lot of times when beaver dams get too big, they get destroyed. Like the DNR will come through and it's like, this is taking up too much. The river can't flow. You know, you've got miles and miles and miles of river down water, downstream that's dying because you put this dam in the middle of it. And even though it's what you need, everything downriver is dying. So the DNR comes through and destroys it. And there goes all your hard work. For what? Because you denied the Six of Cups and the Ace of Cups, you know? So here it's like you're feeling a little bit outgrowth. You're apathetic here. You need some kind of experience where you can feel alive again. Okay? But this is going to come at a price because this Five of Swords is winning, but there's a cost, and two people are walking away rejected. The bad thing about this card is that he thinks he won. There's a smugness in that smile. Like he's looking at those people walk away and he's happy he won, but the swords he has left are three swords. That's the Three of Swords of heartbreak. So this is going to be a a victory for what? These two swords down here are the swords of indecision. Those you still have to pick back up, so now you're going to be in your head about it. But what you have in your hands, and you're looking at the people you defeated, is you just won your own heartbreak. That's what that means. Next to it, again, we've got Manatee here with the Six of Shells, the Six of Cups again, and it came out in reverse again. So this is like, and then on top of that we drop the Hangman. Pisces energy. This is a lot of cups energy in the undercurrent here. That's interesting. But we got fossils here with beaver. But it's interesting because beaver is like a water animal, but it's an earth animal. It's like it goes both ways. Water and earth. So this could be somebody that's like Taurus with water. So maybe Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And we've got the Hangman here, Pisces. Six of Shells, that's 2, 3, 4, that's Cancer. 5, 6, 7, that's Scorpio. 8, 9, 10, that's Pisces. That's how I look at it. So we've got Scorpio, Pisces energy. And then, oh yeah, I'll get to that. The anchor here is the Empress and the King of Cups. So yeah, still in the unseen, you've got this Six of Shells reversed in two different positions from two different decks. And on top of that, you've got the Hangman. Yeah, you're in your head about it. The Hangman is the opposite mirror energy to the Hermit, okay? Because Pisces is the Hangman. The Hermit is Virgo. They are opposites on the zodiac wheel, where the Hermit goes inward to gain a larger perspective. The Hangman goes inward to gain inner perspective. So I feel like this totally threw somebody for a loop. Now they're going inward to go, what the hell? Where did I go wrong? Where should I have, changed course? Why didn't this work? I worked so hard on this. And then, you ended up realizing that something that you built with blinders on, and you didn't realize that when you built it, that some things down the way were getting choked out. They weren't getting the water that they needed. You weren't watering things downstream that you needed to. And it's interesting with this Six of Swords. They're trying to move on with this river, but underneath that you've got the beaver again damming the river. Okay, so somebody's causing your own blockage. You're building your own dam, okay, to emotional fulfillment. So yeah, with this Hangman energy on top of the Six of Cups again. Okay, so Manatee, this is kindness and tranquility. It's close-knit bonds. It's inner peace. Um, it says inner peace fosters stronger connections. This is relax and find peaceful, loving bonds. And it came out in reverse. You're fighting it. You're fighting it. And you put yourself in hangman energy, trying to figure out why. Okay, so the anchor cards here, bottom of the deck, I guess, is how they were telling me. Like, I was like, ooh, I, I thought of the whole new thing, like the anchor to this whole reading. And today, when I dealt it out, it was like, yeah, it's just the bottom of the deck. I was like, oh, so the bottom of the deck, the anchor to this animal wisdom is the Empress, okay? Libra, Taurus energy, ruled by Venus. Where's Venus right now? I didn't even check. I'm sorry. Here, no, I don't remember. This is new life, ideas, projects, relationships. Yeah, this is what is in. I feel like this is possible, but you're blocked. You blocked yourself. You know what I mean? It's possible, but you built your own dam. It's possible, but there are things that need to end first. Okay. Um, what is this? When I started this, it was so, like daylight out there, and then all of a sudden it just turned. I don't know if there's storms coming through or what, but it's dark as hell out there. Protection, love, peace, serenity, abundance, fertility, self-care, definitely. It says creative growth and be joyful. This is nurture yourself and all around you. Okay, so this kind of gives me a feeling of self-forgiveness. Okay, forgive yourself and rework it. I heard rework it. Then here we've got the King of Cups. What is the King of Cups? Is the shark, I believe, in the Animal Wisdom deck. So this is feeling like being the master of your emotions rather than their servant. This is very haughty, kind of smug. I don't really like this one, but it is Pisces. Pisces is kind of above it. He like functions so much in the waters of emotion that they don't even bother him anymore. It's like he feels them, like with the shark. The shark, I feel like his whole body is an emotional antenna. Even though that skin is thick, it's full of, it's full of, it's, how do I describe it? The way I feel is that the whole body is an antenna. They can receive vibration and signals and things from all through the the water. And that's what the king does. He functions so well in the waters of emotion that he can feel everything around him, but it doesn't rule him. He rules them. Okay? So the King of Cups on top of the Empress, I feel like this king is now nurturing himself because I feel like he finally sees that he blocked himself. He blocked the Six of Cups twice. Like I said, this was a love from the past. And it was good and sweet before life got to it. You know? Now I think this King of Cups is in nurture mode. Now remember, this is not male or female. There's no gender here in the energy work of tarot and astrology. There's no gender here, okay? Could it be a masculine king? Yeah. Could it be a feminine king? Yeah. You know why? Because this is Pisces energy and there's male and female, masculine, feminine, Pisces, okay? So it doesn't matter. What matters is the energy of this person. This Empress is now in protective mode. She is now trying to master her emotions and not be their servant. Okay, this is this is like intelligent, emotional intelligence. Like some people will say, somebody's not emotionally available, somebody's not emotionally mature, someone's like this, but this is working on emotional intelligence, okay? Like when to share that cup. Do we technically have 2 cups? No, it's 1. Like in this card, the King of Cups is on a throne on a slab of concrete on the ocean. And if you look really close, that ocean is roiling and bubbling and it's chaotic and there could be a storm that just came through. Now, if you look at it like this person with the 6 on the 6 of swords, the water that they're leaving right here on the bottom is very tumultuous. So it feels like, how do I put this? Like the king is still on those waters, right? But there's self-care and nurturing here too. But I feel like this is going 2 ways. Like the Empress energy is the person I think that they kind of walked away from. And on top of that, they're kind of working on trying to self-care enough so that they can realize where they went wrong. All right. So I hope this is resonating. I hope the messages are finding you for your highest good. Not all messages will resonate for every person, so keep what doesn't resonate, leave what doesn't resonate now, but keep it in mind because it might make sense at a later time. Everyone's at different points in your timelines. If you do vibe with my content, please leave a like, subscribe, share my videos so that the algorithm can have them be seen by more people, and leave a comment. I really do like the interaction and the feedback. I don't get it very often. Also, in the description, you can find my email address. You can email me. We can talk about a quick 1-question personal read or a 1-question birth chart inquiry. I can do that too. Either one for about $15-20. I haven't settled on it yet. But you can also find in the description donation links for my Venmo and my Cash App. Please consider leaving a donation. It helps me definitely keep the channel going, allowing me to keep doing this, and help me pay my phone bill. So now we're going to go to the angels and ancestors cards. Maybe we'll start tying this all together. Let's summarize here first. In the scene energy that we're working on consciously, there is a moving on towards calmer waters, but it's slow. We've got the Knight of Pentacles here. This is slow and meticulous. There's a lot of planning that has to go into this, but they are dedicated and they will get there, but there is measured effort, there's stability, there's permanence. Okay, this is a person who's steady and trustworthy and reliable, and that's something that has long been awaited, is finally on its way. Okay, so be patient. He's slow, but he's here to stay. That's the thing with knights. Knights don't come through usually to stay. They're not kings. They don't come to establish. They come to begin. So the Knight of Pentacles is the only knight that comes through stable enough to stay. All right? So you're trying to move on to something that is stable. But there's a tower here and an Ace of Swords. So there was something that was learned, an epiphany. There was information that came out of nowhere. There was some kind of letter. There was some kind of data. There was some kind of, you read a book, you read a letter, you read an email, you read an article. This is the Ace of Swords. This is opportunity out of nowhere. Okay. And it caused a tower. But the tower is the liberator. It also is called the quickener in this deck, which means that from this destruction comes new life. The quickening represents new life force being activated. And of course, the activation is the electricity of that lightning that hits the tower. Then we have the 10 of branches, the scarab beetle. That is the ending of a burdensome cycle. You're finally putting down the sticks. They're rolling away. 4 of these branches are on fire, which means as you roll away, the things behind you are being destroyed, being let go of, being purified, because on top of that, you've got death moving through. There's an ending here that's going to bring new life. So there's definitely the promise of something new coming. You're working on it, okay? Down in the unseen, you blocked. You're working on something so intently that you might be blocking your own an emotional abundance here. Okay, we get the 6 of Cups in reverse twice from 2 different decks. You get the Hangman here, which means now you're in your head. You get the 4 of Shells, which means you really need to branch out. You're growing and you feel stifled, so you have to find something that you can fit into again. Okay, on top of that, you've got the 5 of Swords. It feels like this is going to come at a cost, and you're not quite sure if that cost is worth it yet. Because when you come through it with this 5 of Swords, you've beaten these other 2 things, but what you're left holding is 3 swords, which is heartbreak. So you're really trying to, in this Hangman energy, figure out a way to have this without hurting yourself or anybody else, because there's nothing gained from that kind of victory. So maybe that's why you're in Knight of Pentacles, slow ass Knight of Pentacles energy, because things have to be brought about methodically. In the meantime, though, this wonderful, nostalgic, beautiful, equitable, innocent, very fulfilling love is in reverse. So everything is on hold right now. Okay? The heart of the matter here is you're learning something about somebody who was an authority figure, and it's gonna change things. Okay? Yes, this can be in the wider political realm. We are already seeing it. Secrets are coming out. People are learning things about the Hill Fort. This kind of looks like, paint it white and look at it, Capitol Hill. Paint it white. It's the White House, absolutely. But through the collective on a more personal scale, there may be something that you learned about someone who was an authority figure, somebody who was supposed to give stability, somebody who had an ego, but they were in there's something about structure here and protection. So, even though it has negative connotations, this could just simply be like somebody that you thought was a protective authority figure, and you're learning something about it with the book, and that's throwing everything in the upheaval. Okay. I also heard very quickly, because of this information, okay, I feel like because of this information, then you had to move on. You had to move on. It was a tower moment. Something was destroyed. This Ace of Swords with the book is learning something out of the blue about some kind of structure. We had the tower and the hill fort. Those are structures of authority and permanence, and everything's being destroyed. 10 of Branches, something that, in the past was set fire to. Death came through, ended this whole cycle with a promise of new growth. However, because of this process now, I feel like there was a blockage of love from the past coming through. But the good thing is that not only is it here still being worked on in the undertow and the unseen energy, it's still here in the future. It's still possible. Okay? Or, for some, like I said, everybody's at different points in the collective, in the timeline. For some, in the future, the tending to this destruction is going to put a block on this 6 of Cups coming back. Okay? And it's okay. You have to go inward with Empress energy, Venus energy, Libra and Taurus. So this is like Libra is balance and fairness, but it's also karma. Taurus is tradition and the home and comfort and routine. So it's like that together, balancing home and routine, bringing love and beauty to the environment. That's all part of how self-care. And that's also, though, um, a call to prepare your environment for receiving this love, because it kind of feels like it kind of like goes like this and then comes around and up like this, and the anchor here is the Empress and the King of Cups. So this Pisces energy, it could be, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, King of Cups on top of the Empress, which is Libra and Taurus together. Okay, so that's in the future. That's the anchor. That's the um. I heard that's like the purpose of it. This comfort with the Empress and the King of Cups. So that's the summary. Now, the Angels and Ancestors cards that we dropped Heart Guardian. I love this. It says, love and let yourself be loved. Okay, weren't we just talking about you blocking your own emotional fulfillment? So it like kind of went in reverse. You got a Ace of Cups in reverse, the Six of Cups in reverse on top of the Beaver, which is a building a dam. Yeah, you blocked it. Love and let yourself be loved. It says, welcome with open arms, opportunities to give and receive love. It says, you are love, lovable, and loving. The energy of love is surrounding your whole world at this time. Angels are swirling around you, encouraging you to open your heart and reveal the blessings that you have to offer. They want you to know that you are a highly loving being who deserves to give and receive love. If you're finding it challenging, okay, that's that Five of Swords. That's that challenge. That's that Ace of Cups in reverse. King of Cups, not being a servant to emotion. That's a challenge. If you find it challenging to feel love at this time, it's important for you to give yourself credit where credit is due. You're also encouraged to welcome support from others. Learn to receive. Don't try and do everything on your own. That's that Eight of Pentacles. If you notice that the work that's being done in all the Eight of Pentacles cards that you come across is being done alone. And yesterday when we pulled the Tarot of the Divine, which is the deck that's all myth and folklore. The Eight of Pentacles is somebody that's working their fingers to bloody stumps alone. And in that card, they couldn't even talk about it. Part of that myth was that she had to be silent for 6 years while she wove shirts of stinging nettles. So her feet and hands were bloody. So this feels like you have been working at something by yourself, cut off from the world and cutting your heart off from love, so much so that this Ace of Cups and Six of Cups from the past that's on your doorstep is falling over and denied. There, see, thunder. That's verification for you. The lightning with the serpent and the tower card. See, I can't make it up. You're also encouraged to welcome support from others. Learn to receive. Do not try and do everything on your own. If you're working on a relationship or are in a new relationship, then this card can usher in energies that allow you to forge a powerful connection with your partner. Love is in the air. Okay? Then we've got the Arrow card. This feels like defensiveness, though. Let's see what it says. I haven't read it yet. The Arrow. Surround yourself with protective energy. Okay, so you might be a little bit hesitant to move. You might be a little hesitant about this. You might feel a little threatened and a little bit vulnerable. Surround yourself with protective energy. It says, hang on. Surround yourself with positive people and experiences and environments that make you feel safe. Call on your angels, guides, and ancestors to bring you protection. If you're in a situation where you feel that if you're in a situation that you feel not everything is as clear as it seems, trust your intuition. There are energies in your current situation that aren't fully aligned with your intention and goals or with kindness. So follow your intuition about whom to trust and what to trust. If you can, take time to retreat or to step out of the situation and assess what's going to be beneficial for you. Do so. Uh, wait. If you can, take time to retreat or to step out of this situation to assess what is going to be beneficial for you. In any event, this is a time to call on the energy of protection and to place yourself in a space that feels safe. Okay? Um, that type feel it can go along with that King of Cups and the Empress energy. So, when we drew the theme cards, Um, I feel like okay. First, we drew the goldfish, which I love because it's increased growth, wealth, and good luck. It's prosperity and abundance. It's transformation and harmony. So I feel like this is like telling you even though that Eight of Pentacles may have blocked you, it may have been destroyed, because, like I said, with this beaver energy, the dams often get destroyed because they block the flow of the river and everything downstream can die, right? So, even if something that you worked on had to be uh, upheaved or it ended or it didn't pan out or it didn't work out or it got destroyed. I feel like with goldfish here, some of that is still salvageable. It's still worked in your favor. You have some increase. You've got some wealth and growth. You've got a little bit of good luck. You've got some prosperity and abundance. There is transformation here, and there's also harmony. So, take heart that not all had been lost from your hard work, okay? But we do have Saturn here. And what did we just talk about with Saturn is in Pisces right now? There's something Saturn just moved backwards into Pisces. It's a fucking mess up there with so many of the heavy hitters in reverse. Here we have restriction, time, deadlines, work, tests. Um, it rules Capricorn, and even though Capricorn is very strict and structural, they still can be, they've dedicated and they have great perseverance. So, this always tells me that we may be going through some harsh lessons, but Saturn not only it's interesting with Saturn. We think it's such a harsh teacher, but along with the lessons that we're supposed to learn, Saturn also gives us the answers. It's just we have to figure it out, okay? It's not a harsh taskmaster for no reason. And he's there to reap what we he's there to reap the harvest, but he wants us to be good, a good harvest, not just, crap. He wants us to be at our best. So not only will he give us the harshest tasks, but he'll give us everything we need to get through it. Also, it's good that right after goldfish, you dropped a fortune cookie, which is useful advice, encouragement, and small luck. I love this. Just look around. There are small things like, okay, think of what we were describing with the Ten of Branches, with the slash and burn kind of thing. It takes about a week or two for new growth to come up out of the ashes, and it starts small. So if you were walking through a forest and all you saw was the destruction, then you would miss all the little new shoots that are coming up, and that's what you're being advised to look out for when you get fortune cookie. There's also in this deck a clover that means luck. but it's small luck and encouragement and useful advice. But they're telling me this is stuff that you've got to kind of keep your eyes open for. Like if you're walking through what you think is destruction and you don't look down at your feet and see all these new opportunities that are trying to come up through the ashes, you're going to think that it was all for nothing, right? So they're telling me that you have to look in the ashes because you definitely have new growth coming in, things that you can use for this new cycle. Um, you also dropped a couple things that have a lot to do with love. You've got the soulmate coming in. Again, I feel like this is the Six of Cups twice, but right now they're in reverse. So, I mean, this could even be like just within the next couple days, because that's where the moon is in Leo, and the moon stays in every sign for about 2.5 days at the most. So in the next few days, I feel like there was or going to be an opportunity to revisit something that you had in the past that was good, but I don't think you're going to recognize it. That's why they were saying, look at your feet, look at what is in the ashes, because there's something there that you can prosper from. Right now, I think you're a little closed off to that because we've got the Ace of Cups in reverse, your heart's closed off. Six of Cups in reverse twice, you're not really feeling it from the past. It's there, you love it, you knew it was good, but you're not in a position after this Eight of Fossils and the death and the tower and everything here. You're not in a position to receive it yet, okay? But your soulmate is here, or it's coming. Definitely. After that, you've got the ring, which is a commitment, a romantic engagement. It can be a commitment that is not an engagement proper. Like, it doesn't have to be down on one knee, will you marry me? It could just be, I I love you, I see you, I want this back and I want to work on it. That's my commitment, but there's nothing set in stone for like the future. I don't I at the moment there's no direction for the boat. It's just you want to be in the boat with that particular person, okay? After that, see now, look, you guys, it's gonna get. You know why the boat might tip over? Because it's gonna get nasty. Okay, do you know why it's gonna get nasty? Because you got your soulmate here. You got the King of Cups. He's passionate. Um, but you know what? They're telling me to tell you to have a safe word. Pick a safe word, okay, and stick to it. That boat's gonna be rocking. Maybe that's why it's on chaotic water. Okay. But the last card we got here, angel number 999. That's good. We got the tower that's ending something. We got the 10 of branches that's ending something. The 8 of fossils, it's almost at the end. Hangman, there's a lot of cards that's like done, done, fin. So you're here at the end of a cycle. Completion is coming. There's aspects of a situation that are coming to an end. So preserve what you can and purge what must go. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Let's see. A quick summary. Don't be so head down your own ass. Don't be so. I heard don't build your own dam to happiness, okay? Let your work be fulfilling and let it bring you abundance, but don't build something that is your own blockage, okay? Because if you do, then you've got this Ace of Cups, Six of Cups, Six of Cups twice in reverse. You're going to miss it. You're going to block yourself from your own emotional happiness. And what is it going to do? It's going to cause you feelings of apathy and needing to grow, needing to move. You're going to feel regretful about letting something get out of hand, and you're going to maybe do something rash. We do have the Five of Swords here, which is cutting things off, but there's going to be a price, okay? In the end, you are in a position that you can love. You just have to open your heart. Right now, some of you feel like you're in a point where you're kind of closed off, you've got the Ace of Cups in reverse and the King of Cups here, which is, like I said, he is the ruler of his emotions, not their servant. But then you've got the Arrow, so you might be feeling a little vulnerable and unprotected. Just know that you don't have to panic and put yourself into like a closed off cocoon. Just walk with faith, walk with strength, walk with your intuition. There's no need to feel like you're too vulnerable to accept love. So thank you so much, everyone. Remember to check the description for my donation information, for my email. Leave a like, please share, leave a comment, and subscribe. Until I see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Bye.